Hello everybody, it's Christine. It is day 29 of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, even though technically we have 31. So we have today, tomorrow, and the next day. All right, so almost there. We're almost to the finish line. Let me show you today's sketch. It's by Susanna Lee, and she has 4 photos here. They're horizontal and with some pattern paper behind them. That's kind of cool. With a couple of vertical elements. There's a little wider, I don't know what that is, 3 inches or something, and then maybe, you know, another little vertical piece there. And then she's got this long title going down. I'm going to have to think about that one. And a little bit of journaling here. I love how she says, journaling goes here. Tell your story, make it memorable, keep on writing, share every detail. So that's kind of neat. She's kind of expecting you to write like a longer story. I don't know if I have a really long story because my pictures are of my daughter and my husband. Essentially the one and only time we ever went to a public pool in the city. We technically had access to a pool with our HOA, but it was just so little. We thought, we'll try this pool here. And I don't know, we liked it okay, but frankly, I don't know. We don't like lots of children, I suppose. We have 1 kid, and for us, a lot of noise was kind of, so we never went back, which is kind of sad because it looks cute, right? It's got this little floating thing, and there's little ropes. But anyways, it was our one and only time to go to the pool, but I found these 4 photos. I will need to trim them down because per the sketch, they got to fit across here, and this is obviously too large. So we'll have to work on that. But the other thing I'm really excited about is I had this Scrap Room Flavors of the Month. It's a Doodlebug Seaside Summer. I've used a little bit of it, but it was going to be hard for me because I thought, I don't have any pool. I think I made this comment earlier in the month. I had no pool, no ocean pictures, yada, yada, yada. And then I was just going through a box of photos, and I was like, oh, look at that. I got pool pictures. So I'm pretty excited because I think I can use, there's a white piece of cardstock, and then I've got this little wavy paper, which I think is going to be perfect, and I can use little suns here. And of course, there's stuff on the back, like a little plaid if I want to use that for my, I'm going to use that for my pattern papers. And then obviously there's this little, is that adorable, the little crabs and birds. Oh, that's so cute. So those will probably be behind my photos. I also have this floral here, so I'll probably, because this goes really well, let me see if I can show you, with her little bathing suit. So I'll probably use that. Actually, maybe I'll use that instead of little crabs. But anyways. And there's a few little pieces of ephemera. I'm going to try to use every bit of it just because I don't want to end up with anything left over if I can help it. And also, I pulled this Lindy Stamp Gang out. Stardust Sprays Azure Sea. It's a blue, and I'm debating on it. I don't know yet. So that's what we're starting with. Let me let me cut down the pictures and trim the papers here and see where I'm at, and then I will come back on. Talk soon. Okay, you guys, quick check-in. I have trimmed down the blue paper here and the little sun paper here. I trimmed my photos. Now here's my challenge. This guy here, if I tried to cut, I cut these to 3.5 because that's fine. If I try to cut this to 3.5, I'm either going to lose half my husband or I lose the rope, and that doesn't make any sense because then why is her arms up in the air? So I had to keep this one a little bigger, which meant I had to lose a photograph. Oh, well. That being said, the only other photograph I had was this guy here. It was this one. And her eyes are closed and everything anyway, and it's real similar. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to have 3 photos. And I did end up having to use my little crab bird paper here because my floral, which I had hoped to kind of use I didn't have enough width. It just wasn't going to work. So, again, you know what? No worries. I'm going to use all 3 papers. And then I've pulled out all the ephemera here. I'm thinking I want to use it all, but I really don't think I can use, like the surfboard doesn't make a bit of sense. I think I can use all the little fish and everything. I think I can use a lot of it. I'm going to make it happen. I had one not too long ago with this similar thing. Doodlebug had all these little random, I think it was Doodlebug, and it had all these little random ephemera for like a house one. And you know what? I just made it happen. Because, I mean, this is too freaking cute, y'all. Look at that. That's too cute. So I'm going to use these. I'm going to figure it out. From a title perspective, I'm not really sure just yet. It may be something like sun. May just be sun, you know. And then these will be some other kind of way or whatever. But anyways, I'm going to try to get that done. So give me just a minute. I don't know if I'm going to use mixed media after all. Because I think that's going to create too much... the feeling of mixed media is usually more distressy, or I don't know how to explain it for me, but these are since these are just kind of cutesy, you know, they're just kind of, they're little, I mean, I just love them. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I don't love them. They're just adorable, but they don't give me a mixed media feeling, and I could be wrong. You know, if you've done this with mixed media, that's great. But this layout for me right now, I don't think I want to do mixed media. I think I'm going to leave it alone. So I'm going to do the ephemeras in just a second. So let me glue these down and then we'll come back on. I may I may actually doodle around the edges of these, though. I may do that just to kind of enclose it. I don't know, though. She doesn't show that. Maybe I just ink it. I may just ink it, y'all. Oh, my gosh, y'all. I can't keep my mind straight. I'm going to do something because they look a little strange to me, not finished. So I'll probably ink them. I may get some blue ink out and just ink them. All right, talk soon. Okay, everybody, I decided to ink. So I think I pulled out, I think that was Stampin' Up's Marina Mist or something like that. Sorry, I've already put it away, but I know it was something, or it was either a Marina Bay, something like that. But anyway, it was a Stampin' Up ink in the blue. And I've inked that around the outside edges of the photo mat pattern papers. And then I also did around the outside of the blue wavy paper, and then the outside of the whole outside of the like white cardstock stuff. So I've got ink around all the outside of my papers here. And I did not otherwise mount the photos. So they're kind of, I hate to use the word plain because that's not really a good description because they are on those little pattern papers. But I didn't double mat them or anything. They're just kind of by themselves. So I'm just going to kind of glue these down as per the sketch pretty much. I mean, obviously I've only got 3 pictures versus 4. So it's not exactly the same. But I'm just kind of staggering them. I do use my T-square to kind of keep them straight because I think sometimes I'm trying to lean over, but I don't want y'all to see the top of my head. So I have to use the T-square to make sure it's straight because I really can't lean over like I want to see. Anyway, so I'm going to use my T-square to straighten all these out, make sure they're just good. And then I'm going to just start setting this ephemera around. I'm just going to try to see what can I make look right. Now, y'all, I'm doing my darndest. I really want to use all this ephemera. Spoiler alert, I don't use it all. I do use quite a bit, but not all of it. So I make my way around, and I got the lighthouse is one I think my favorite, or not lighthouse, the lifeguard house thing. I'm kind of in love with that, and I'm actually in love with these little fish once I get these up here. Now, that's fish. The fish themselves, truthfully, those are completely rogue from the sketch. But I wanted to use them. They're too cute. And I had a way to use I ended up using little jewels on with those too. And I was really happy with it. So my title's going to end up being Sun Good Times. And I like how that turns out. And I got that little banner. It says, wish you were here. But I thought to myself, well, we are there. So I cover up the word wish with this little toucan tail. You can see the black, a little bit of the letters. But frankly, I don't think you can see it enough to matter. And I think that looks too cute. I kind of fiddle with that for just a second. And then I use the seashells over here on the left-hand side of the little lifeguard house, and I put that little old bird right there. He's too cute. This whole collection, I love Doodlebug stuff because it's just adorable. It's just whimsical and fun, and the little faces are just too cute with the little creatures. The whale goes at the bottom, and I have the I Need Vitamin C as his little speech bubble, and that goes there. So here's now where I'm going to take, I did run off and get me some string. It's a little Stampin' Up fiber. I do not recall the color. I want to say Calypso Coral or something. It's quite old. Y'all, all my Stampin' Up stuff is really old just because I had bought so much of it years ago. And, I mean, you know, good quality stuff hangs out for a while. So I still have quite a bit of it. I'll trim my little tail here, and then I'll end up gluing all this stuff down in just a second. And in fact, I'm going to cut over and cut the camera off for a minute while I glue all this stuff down. I will end up putting foam up underneath. I need the vitamin C bubble, the little bird, the toucan and its banner, sun, and 2 of the fish. So you can kind of see that in the stills and the close-ups when I do that. But that's what's got foam up underneath it at the moment. But then I had these little green jewels that came with the little Scrap Room Flavors of the Month, and I decided to use those as little bubbles. And I think that looks so cute. It makes the little fish look like they have bubbles. So I'm going to put those up over the fish. I thought about sprinkling them somewhere else, but then I thought, no, then you're kind of taking away from the fact they're a little bubble. So I'm going to put 3 little bubbles above each of the fish, just like they're swimming. Now, that's the one piece, like I said, it's a little bit rogue from the sketch, but I think it's so cute, I don't really even care. Now, I do decide, okay, I need to do journaling. So I'm going to be taking my little T-square and writing some pencil lines up underneath the title because she said we needed to do journaling on our sketch, right? And I guess I should confess that we don't like crowds at a public pool. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my little pencil lines here. And I will use my Muji pen to write my little story. I don't think I'm going to do it on camera. I think I just start to write so you can kind of see what I'm doing. But I'll write my tiny little story on there. And again, it's not much other than to say this is the one and only time we went because we just don't like crowds. And, yeah, we're just a little bit loners, I guess. There's the top of my head like I don't like y'all to see, but I had to lean over. Anyway, here's the slowdown. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. I'm so excited. We're almost to the finish line. I love this challenge every time we do it. It is such great fun. Make sure you check out the playlist below. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm hopeful to have a hop, I don't know if it'll be November or maybe December or something, for the 1,000 subbies. And then don't forget to check out the Instagram at Scrapping Harden. And like I said, have a good day. check out tomorrow and the next couple days, and we will see you soon. Bye.